Good morning, everyone. Today is Thursday, April 2nd, and we're going to start with our daily to-do list. Today's lesson is going to be cause and effect informational writing. Then you have your choice boards. If you're having problems with the choice boards, you can go ahead and try and click on the choice board and make a new copy for yourself. The other option is you should unsubmit it. If you've submitted it to me, just pull it back to yourself, and then you'll be able to make changes on your evidence chart. You always have your related arts lesson that's going to be posted in your related arts Google Classroom. And then also for today, I want you to click on this link and it will bring you to the beluga whale webcam at the Georgia Aquarium. And you can watch the beluga whales for a little bit, and then you can also click around and see a bunch of other cool animals. But let's get started with our Time for Kids. We are going to be reading this issue of Time for Kids. And as we read, I want to set the purpose for reading is we're going to be thinking about whether we are in support or against maglev trains. And you're going to learn about these specific types of trains and how they use magnets to move. It's really interesting. And as we start to read, I want you to think, well, what is a maglev train? How does a maglev train work? Go ahead and get yourself a couple of sticky notes so that you can make notes as you read this article that will help you answer those two questions. Again, what is a maglev train? How does a maglev train work? You're going to use your sticky notes to help you answer those two questions as you read. This is the cover of it. And then as you open up, this is the most important part of the Time for Kids. You are going to be reading this article titled Fast Forward. And as you read, I want you to make sure that you're using those reading strategies that we always use in guided reading and writing, and anytime we're reading or writing. You want to notice those headlines because headlines give hints. And I want you to notice over here where it says power words, that's an example of a glossary. The bolded word and the definition and the part of speech is listed right here. And then also each of these photographs, or this is actually a diagram, they all have captions. Make sure you read those captions because they give additional information that are going to help with your comprehension. And over here, what's really interesting is we have a scale. This is a picture graph, and you are going to read and notice what this picture graph tells you about high-speed trains. As you move on to the back of the article, I want you to notice that this particular piece, I just want to make it smaller, this goes in chronological order. It starts from 1829 and continues on and ends in 2006. That tells me as a reader that I'm learning in chronological order the evolution of trains. This piece is going to tell me all about how trains have changed over time. You're going to read the article, okay? You're going to use your sticky notes. What is a maglev train? How does a maglev train work? After you've read the article once, you know I always suggest going back and reading a second time, reading for details. The first time we read to get the gist. The second time we read for details. And then the third time is when we read to respond and we answer the questions. And let me show you what those are going to look like. Okay, so if you click back on Google Classroom from the to-do list, you'll see in our stream reading, and this is writing, and then you'll notice I record these ahead of time, so it says scheduled, but I'm going to go ahead and click on it. So when you click on your assignment, it'll be live by the time you're hearing this video. The PDF of the articles are right here, this informational text, and then you'll click on this, which will launch a Google form, which is going to have questions about the article. And you will complete the questions for the article, and you will use the details. And you know, you can always go back to the text to help you answer the questions. That's why we read and we close read. And then you're just going to click submit. Okay. If you have any questions, you can certainly just let me know or shoot me an email or a comment in Google Classroom. Have a great day.